Let me ask you a question. Have you ever reached a goal and still felt empty? Have you ever hit a target but missed the point? You see, most people are in a race to achieve, but very few are in a race to become. They chase goals like a dog chasing cars. Fast, frantic, but with no direction. And here's the truth that changed my life. Goals will give you a sense of purpose, but growth will give you the power to live it. You don't get success by working harder on your job. You get success by working harder on yourself. If you make time only for goals, you'll burn out. But if you make time for growth, real, deep, personal growth, the goals start chasing you. In this video, I'm going to show you why becoming the right kind of person is more valuable than hitting any goal. Why your schedule must have time for development, not just deadlines, and how to finally break free from the trap of being busy without becoming better. So stick with me, because by the end of this message, you won't just think differently about success. You'll start living like the person who deserves it. Let's begin. The trap of outcome obsession. Don't just chase the prize. Become the person worthy of it. Let me start with something that might hit home. Most people today are obsessed with results. They want the money, the promotion, the applause, the end result, the recognition. And I understand. I wanted those things too. But here's what I discovered, and I hope you'll remember this. You can hit a goal and still feel empty. You can reach the top and still wonder why you feel so low. You can succeed outwardly and still feel broken inwardly. Why does that happen? Because we've been taught to chase outcomes, but nobody taught us how to grow into the kind of person who deserves them. That's what I call the trap of outcome obsession. It looks like success from the outside, but it leaves you hollow on the inside. Let's talk about this. We live in a world that celebrates winners, that celebrates finish lines, the trophies, the gold medals, the paychecks, the photo at the top of the mountain. And I'm not here to say that those things are wrong. In fact, I believe in big goals. I believe in achievement. But here's the truth. Most people miss. It's not the result that makes you valuable. It's who you had to become in order to earn that result. Because if you skip the personal growth and somehow get the reward, you won't hold it for long. Or worse, you'll hold it, and it won't mean anything. Let me put it this way. The goal is the tool, the becoming. That's the treasure. Now here's something I've seen too many times. People say, Jim, once I hit that goal, I'll finally be happy. So they push, they grind, they hustle, and one day they make it. But what happens next? They feel good for a moment, and then they ask, now what? Suddenly, they want more. 10,000 isn't enough. Now they want 20. The new car isn't enough. Now they need a bigger one. The applause isn't loud enough. Now they want a standing ovation. It never ends. When you're obsessed with the outcome, enough is never enough. The goalpost keeps moving. You become a prisoner to your own success. That's not ambition. That's addiction. And that's why people reach their goals and still feel lost. So here's the shift I want you to make. Don't just chase the goal. Become the kind of person who would naturally achieve that goal. Want to be a millionaire? Don't just think about the money. Think about the person who earns it. The discipline, the patience, the mindset. That's where your focus should be. Because here's the magic. When you grow into that person, the money becomes a byproduct. Even if you lose the dollars, the you that you became, that's yours to keep. That's the real wealth. Too many people measure their lives only by what they've accomplished. But a better question is this. Who are you becoming in the process? Every day you should ask yourself, did I grow? Did I improve? Did I stay consistent with my values? Because results can come and go. But growth is permanent. It shapes your identity. It strengthens your character. You may not get the result today, but if you keep growing, one day you'll look back and realize you became someone you're proud of. And that's something no one can take away. So how do you escape the trap? Start with this simple idea. Measure your day not just by what you did, but by who you became. Don't just check off tasks. Check in with your character. Don't just set goals. Set standards for the person you're becoming. Because when you become disciplined, the goals come. When you become focused, the opportunities arrive. When you become strong, the success lasts. Success is not something you pursue. It's something you attract by the person you become. Let me challenge you now. Every time you set a goal, stop and ask, what kind of person achieves this? What would that version of me look like? How would they think, act, speak, lead, respond, and then go to work? Not just on the goal, but on yourself. Because if you build the person, the goals will follow. That's the secret most people never hear. They chase the prize, but ignore the preparation. They rush to the finish line, but skip the foundation. Don't make that mistake. Make time for growth, not just goals. Because goals might open a door, but growth is what allows you to walk through it and stay there. If you've been chasing outcomes, it's time to make a shift. Chase becoming. Chase wisdom. Chase strength of character. And the life you're looking for will start chasing you. Now let's move on to chapter